Good evening and salutations, my GH fans. Michael and Willow finally decide to do something. Holy Jesus. I mean, we have been waiting and waiting and waiting, and I've gotten to a point where every time that they start talking and stuff, after a while when they don't do anything, I'm just like, awesome, let me just go and check social media. Today, they actually finally did. You know how satisfying and sad that is at the same time? But yeah, they talked about their feelings, they opened up, and then they had sex. Yep. They went all the way. And then they talked. And then they was about to have round 2, and then Chase walked in. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. Here's the thing, like, when I saw that, I saw them getting ready or whatever again, and I saw Chase walking upstairs, I was like, even before then, I was like, at some point, Chase is gonna walk in. He's gonna walk in. And I shouldn't be like, because I know it's coming, but seeing the look on his face was just like... And then afterwards, I was like, you know what? I don't feel sorry for Chase. I really don't. And the thing is, here's the thing. In the beginning, he had noble intentions. This is what he was there telling Brooklyn. And of course, Brooklyn was saying the same thing, that Finn was there saying. He had noble intentions in the beginning. He did it for the custody case. But at that point, once Nell was dead, that was it. And instead, he decided to listen to Sasha like an idiot and was just like, no, I don't want to play God because, she's miserable and somehow I got to be miserable too. And he didn't do anything. And he had ample time to do something. So, to be honest, the fact that he just now decided, oh, I'm going to do something just because I kept sitting there pushing Brooklyn to do something, so I'm going to do something. I want to feel bad for him because I do like his character, but I can't sit there and ignore the fact that he waited way too long. When the opportunity was right there, he decided to listen to Sasha like an idiot. But yeah, so yeah, him and Brooklyn, were talking, they went to the Quartermaine's house, and while he went upstairs to get a very nasty surprise, in the beginning he was down there with Brooklyn and Ned talking and just kind of just hashing things out. Now, of course, before they got there, Monica was like, you need to kind of work things out with your daughter. Like, you just need to just put aside your pride and all that and just work it out with your daughter. Stop sitting there trying to act like you're always right. So when Brooklyn got there, you have 4 of them in the room. You have Monica, Chase, Brooklyn, and Ned there. They were talking, and, every now and then, Monica would kind of just jump in, but towards the end, they got in somewhat of a good place, and then Brooklyn was like, I'm leaving to go back to, Bensonhurst. And at first, Ned begged and pleaded to, have her stay. And then she was like, I need you to support me on this. And he was like, I do, but nothing. But then he asked her again, can you stay? I know she's going to say no. And I think she should. She needs to sit there and regroup. The music career isn't an option anymore. She's been pursuing that her entire life as far as music is concerned. And now she has to sit there and switch up. She can't do that there. So she wants to go back home. And I think that's great for the character. And I also think that's great for the character not to be what I'm just going to start to call floundering. Floundering. It's a thing that Ben Weston has been doing for a while since the actress left. And I don't want to sit there and see her floundering. So, the faster she goes back, the more screen time they can have and focus on other people. Um, Now let's quickly talk about Nina. She meets the nurse that was there helping her um, at that place that they were holding fake Jason at, and she tells this story about her delivering the baby to these people in Florida somewhere. Didn't have any names or anything like that. And so at one point it was kind of a dead end. But then she was like, oh, I gave her another half of the locket so that way, y'all can find each other. Now I'm sitting there thinking, what if she lost that locket? What if it just got stolen? Then what? What was your grand plans then? I understand that she wanted, in case like the daughter wanted to look for the mother, she'll have something to go about. But I'm just like, that's a lot of faith in that, just giving her a lock and just hoping things will work out. And at one point, after this whole hour, she tells her about the locket. Nina's like, whoa, we're right back in the same place that we started. Now earlier, Sonny was reading the story to Donna, and then, not Donna, Avery. Wow. And then later on, Carly goes to, when she goes to the house, and she's, getting Avery ready for packing up and everything like that, she sees the locket, and she just has a old-ish moment where she looks at the locket, she remembers back to, our conversation with Nina and her locket. And, I'm assuming at this point she realizes that it was Nell's, and, yeah, you can kind of just guess the rest at that point. Now, earlier, let's quickly talk about Carly. Carly came to Jason, and she wanted, something to be done about this whole Sasha situation. She told her that, she told Jason that Sasha was there hanging out with Cyrus and, getting her hooked up on drugs, and y'all need to do something. But Jason was like, you know what, listen, we can't do anything because she's a grown woman. We don't want to upset the peace. We can't do anything. But that doesn't mean you can't. So, be a friend, be supportive. Carly was just like, listen, push come to shove, if things get bad, you're going to intervene. And Jason agreed. Now, it's weird. So, Jason and Sonny are talking, and they bring up drugs and stuff like that as far as poor Charles, and Jason's like, because I guess Sonny was there feeling guilty about getting Karen hooked on drugs. Now, I don't know if it's the exact same Karen from that really old show called Poor Charles, or if it's another one. But, he was just feeling guilty and stuff like that, and Jason was like, listen, since you took it over, you made sure that there was no drugs in Poor Charles, running through your territory, and, you did something good. Now, on the other side of town, we got Sasha hanging out with Cyrus, going back to his place, and Brando was told by Carly to sit there and, keep an eye out, just to make sure that, he doesn't do anything too dumb or whatever. To get her safety if need be. So, they decided to take their party back to Cyrus's house. And, Sasha goes to use the restroom, and Brando's like, yo, I don't think it's a good idea. She's troubled. She's tied to the Corinthos. You don't want to upset the balance. You've been doing really well here. Don't let her mess things up. It's a kind of way to, play like psychology on him, to kind of get him to back away from her on his own. But Cyrus is like, nah, I'm good. And, you know, he pretty much kind of told him to take the night off, which he didn't do that. He just waited outside. Now, Sasha comes back, and Sasha is... Wow. She was, I'm sorry, I know that's bad. But she was up. Okay, she was up for anything. She was so much up for anything that she came back. She was blasting the music. I mean, this felt very 70s. It felt very 70s. So, Sasha's all like, you know, you did something really great for me, and I love the blow that you gave me a lot. And so, you know, she's like, I want to return a favor. Now, Cyrus brings up something along the lines of, you know, are you punishing yourself? What are you really doing? I don't know what this was. I don't know if this was a way to... I mean, clearly it was a way to get her to back off from, you know, playing mattress tag. And she, being on Blow, she took what he said in a very negative way. And she yelled at him, and she yelled, and she was calling him names, and, you know, at this point, Cyrus was like, alright, so you can go. You know, you can go. And they're arguing a little bit, and as Sasha prepares to walk out, whatever this new drug is, like, it caused her to have some sort of cardiac arrest. So now she's sitting there, you know, grabbing her chest, and, you know, Cyrus starts to show his true colors. You know, he's like, yo, listen, you can't, whatever OD you're having, you can't have it here. Okay, you can have it outside, you can have it wherever, but you cannot have it here. I can't be tied to this. And he's yelling, and then Brando walks in, and he sees her on the ground, and Cyrus is all like, oh, I can't have this here, like, wow, glad you're showing your true colors. I mean, it is what it is. He is a villain after all. But, you know, that his whole, you know, being nice and just being friends and stuff like that, the minute she's on the ground clicking her chest, you're just like, so, could you, like, die somewhere else? Literally what he said, practically. 1 second. Yes, and that's actually about it. I want to make sure that I kind of got everything talked about in this episode, and if I forgot anything, well, it probably wasn't that important. But yeah, this was an interesting episode. I personally don't think that they're gonna just kill off Sasha. I don't think they're that rude to Michael's ex-girlfriend. Like, that first girl that he was with, I don't remember who she was, but I just remember Michael talking on the phone to her, and then her getting killed off screen. And I remember the actress actually said something about that in a playful but like not happy way about it. You know, apparently like there was a crane that like fell on her or something like that. And I'm like, wow, what does she do to actually upset somebody that much, to the point not only they get killed off screen, but they get killed off by like some random crane that's just dropping on her head. So, I mean, I'm sitting there saying that to say that I don't think that she's going to be getting that sort of treatment. But, I think Brando's going to try to do the right thing. Even if it means breaking his cover. I'm assuming. Yeah. So, with that being said, I'm going to go. Thank you so much for watching. Let me know what you thought of this episode. Did you like it? Did you not like it? Are you happy that Michael and Willow finally did something after God knows how long? And how do you feel about Chase? Are you, are you sad for Chase? Are you just like, bro, you waited too long? Listen, I like Chase, but I thought he waited too long. But let me know what your opinion is. Have a good day or good night, depending on when you're watching this. Be safe. I will catch you in the next video.